Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain. Oh, right. It's quiet, huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to...
You've already fulfilled your...
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Where should I... If it weren't for that Stop.
So you've been planning...
As one of... She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blood. The time for discussion either way. We now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure. The battle.
Battle?
You could... When Signora offended the deities outside, instead of confronting you direct, when she faces a worthy opponent. But as for me...
We won't let what happen.
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Besides, you could never defeat me. Not even in your... Fighting talk, I love... This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Don't waste my time.
Good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing it to get close to the Exuvia.
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking more active notice now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you? consider the matter more. You had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to tell.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you and Mondstadt. Tell me, you already know the answer, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, this battle has already left anyone who strives as I do to grow strong.
Pretty sure that's not the...
Unfortunately, I must bring this amulet, given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the cap as such.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to that. The truth is, the world below, unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone.
A god?
Osile, overlook if such an ancient, do you think the cunning Rex...
But the Archon wore it!
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just with the power of so many sigils of permission, using the powers but knowing that such an action will not only force... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see... Did we make it in time?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adept.
Faced with the calamity of such magnitude,
Oh, Paimon gets it.
it's not just you. You've got new milk, which is why we must...
So the Archon war was... So the power of the...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
One certainly could. The chief thing did once reap, and the fig would have it. For what could you more?
I suppose so be it. We haven't a moment to... Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Glacial Ballista!
The three Empire men in the Genshin Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me! Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you are made of then. What strength remains within you? What wishes to witness?
Give up.
Killjoy! We've only just begun. So quiet.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Stay right
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many things we do! We can't!
What do we have to say? We can't hold them, children. Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is dental energy! That light from your body, it's like the time until your cars! Wow! It's Madam Pig's shockwave! This gray is really strong! Queens of darkness, come, sever night from day!
It's nothing.
As you wish, Fräulein.
Life goes on. With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War! So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Oz, reveal!
Give us. Give us.
By royal decree! Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak! In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
It's nothing.
Oz, reveal thyself! Over here!
Give up. Your life is mine.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Give up.
Let's light it up! I'm going in! My Rose Batui's numbers are fitting!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guishan Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what. I have another idea. What do you mean, Lady Ningguang? I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last, but it will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited. At first, it was only the size of a small room. But with continued expansion, it has become It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well. 3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as... But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent a...
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I
apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as although I am a mere mortal soldier. I promise to hold the line and never betray...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. In dangerous near, everyone always protects me. And there are thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adepti.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would... Fair enough. Away we shall.
Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out, but we were able to handle the